mixed martial arts in the featherweight division. Introducing our referee in charge of this bout, Carlos Arroyo. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing green trunks, ribbed in gold. He is hailing out of WCS Fight Foundation, Oxnard, California, by way of Guerrero, Mexico. He weighs 144 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Rafael, the Mexican mercenary, Tavira! His opponent, across the cage, fighting under a corner, he is wearing black trunks trimmed in white. He is out of Sityatong by way of Buena Park. He weighs 145 pounds. Tonight, he is also making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Luca Ayazi! All right, fans, here we go. The rerounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division.
All right, ladies and gents, we do see you in the comment section. You are noticing that right now we are about to kick things off. Thank you for joining us. Two gentlemen about to make their MMA debut, and here we go. Round one of amateur action taking place out here at SparStar at lovely Commerce Casino.
Yep, both fighters wearing shin guards, and these should be 2-minute rounds, yep, because it is amateur.
Yep.
And they're also early in their amateur career. Interesting to see. Oh, good uppercut. With a nice straight again. Luca just swinging, thrown in here. Oh, and there we see it. Yep. Usually, if there's two strikers and one of them gets a little bit too much of the striking, then all of a sudden they become D1 fighters here.
Hey, it's the right time to emerge because now you're seeing a little bit more life out of Rafael. The Mexican mercenary understood the assignment. He got the takedown and already just started peppering in his own shots here. Luca, at the very beginning of this, was leading the dance.
Nice
goes
double
for a
leg.
Second takedown here, John.
Oh, looking for some jiu-jitsu going on. Double armbar, potentially. I think this might be on.
It's close.
Oh, good slam, though.
He does seem to have slammed his way out of it. I just think he might have burned some energy in doing so. Nonetheless, lives to fight for the rest of this round.
Yeah. Catches that kick, thinks about the single leg.
Yeah. It is very difficult to catch a kick and then go midstream. You know what? I think I'm going to go for a double leg again. But nonetheless, you're seeing out of Rafael a couple good adjustments there, but Luca's very, very spry. Like, I like, oh, good clock there by Rafael.
Yeah, nice right.
You know, Luca's staying on task. Gets right back to his combinations here with the last 10 seconds. Puts together a good series and is going to get a third takedown for Rafael, the Mexican mercenary, once again. Doing good work. I mean, both of those gentlemen had good moments in that fight, John.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good job. I really like the way Rafael is mixing in the takedowns with the striking. Even if they weren't a great threat of an actual takedown, which they were, that alone just gets the other striker thinking, right? So now they have to worry about the threat of a takedown, and they have to mix that into the way that they stand and the way that they throw punches. So it makes it a lot trickier.
But it's also just refreshing in the sense that you might be expecting one thing out of a fighter. If they start showing you they can get those takedowns, as you're adjusting for this second round, you kind of have to build that into where you're positioning with that fighter. I don't think you want to be dead center of that cage. You may be looking to utilize more of the sides of the cage, and this is where, when you're in your first fight, this may be a little bit new to you, even if you've trained it in the gym, but getting used to that cage awareness is why you get your reps in on the amateur side. So we'll see what adjustments both these fighters make, but Rafael getting those takedowns, and 3 of them could bode very well for the future of this fight. Nonetheless, Luca led that first dance right up top, now starting to pepper in some kicks, going right to work.
Yeah, one thing to notice, too, is that Rafael, comes in orthodox, but he'll switch to southpaw just periodically. There he did it again. not sure if he's looking. I'm a little bit hesitant to extol that type of stance switching in somebody that's making their MMA debut. They could be nice, good level change, going for the single. Looked like he wanted a double, but picks up the single. Does not get his opponent down. Hit a couple of punches for his efforts too, but now back out here throwing some leg kicks. Good inside leg kick from Rafael. There switches stance. Yeah, usually it's less of a. They're more likely when you're making your MMA debut to not switch your stances for the appropriate reasons, and more just because you're just learning footwork or trying to get a very specific look coming in. Oof. Oh, nearly eats a big high kick there, but just misses it.
Rafael. I will say Luca's timing is coming a little bit more sharp here, and I think he's feeling a little more comfortable to throw, and that might have been a low below there.
I think so.
You're seeing Luca apologetically right there telling his opponent, like, hey, man, sorry about that. All right, as is customary, it's going to get his time to go ahead and recover. Meanwhile, John's going to slam more of his Monster Energy drink. Everybody takes a little breather here. I'm just saying.
Trying to work that sponsorship angle.
You know what? Hey, the minute it works, you're going to thank me.
I will. I will thank you immensely. Oh, man. This might have been a bad one.
Yeah. Listen. Take the time you need to, sir.
Yep.
It's not fun. You definitely feel a lot more pressure being in front of everybody. You want to get back to your fight. But at the same point, if you can't fight the same way you were, you get a few seconds. Nope, he's toughing it out. He's letting us know.
Ready
he's
to go.
Back to
Okay.
go.
Here he goes. And he comes in southpaw.
Ooh.
I think. Was this a replay? That was.
Oh, that was the replay.
Yeah. There you go.
Right, sorry.
Now we're back to it.
He was just reliving it in his head, and we saw it. That's all. Nonetheless, we continue on with this fight. There's 25 seconds left in round number 2, and this has been slowly tipping into the advantage for Luca here. He's now utilizing that cage cutoff that we were talking about a little bit earlier, and to his advantage. Now, sticking it there, you're not seeing those takedowns from Rafael. You're seeing Luca really looking solid and comfortable with just 10 seconds left to go. Now he's able to stuff that. So it does show the importance of utilizing that cage to cut off your opponent and taking away one of their best weapons. If you saw him getting those takedowns, on that last takedown, sure, there might have been an interruption in the kind of momentum with that low blow. But when he went for that takedown, he couldn't finish it. Then as a result of that, you've depleted one of your opponent's best weapons that he had in that first round. And it begs the question, what does the first round look like? Because there was good strikes on that side, but there were 3 very good takedowns for Rafael. Second round, Luca arguably looks a little bit better on that one. So where are we right now, John?
I would say that if the MMA judges have been consistent with the way that they score, then I would say we got 2 rounds to none for Luca.
Okay.
Because the takedowns were good, and I think that those should count, but typically unless damage is done as a result of those takedowns, then they're not really scored too highly up there. But I think that they absolutely show a lot of control. Yeah, they should be scored at least a little bit higher. But I understand like the criteria of looking at only damage, like that makes sense over the course of a full fight,
sure,
as well. But I think it should be maybe factored in just a little bit more.
Well, again, kind of taking that offensive right now. Luca feels comfortable, and at that point, Rafael thought about snatching up that leg, had to let it go.
Yeah, standing, keep switching to southpaw. Yeah,
Luca's looking really nice right now.
Yeah, Luca's starting to find a home for some of those punches, and they are landing right on the head of Rafael.
And you'll see our referee like right on top of it on this. You're going to see him really monitoring, especially at an amateur level. Good catch there. Excellent takedown. Fought for that one.
See if he does anything with it.
I mean, here's the important part.
Oh, not
Luca has some pretty good ground game, obviously, here. He's had this good
going
for this armbar. And I think he got it. Wow, well done. Wow.
That was super impressive.
All right, John, I think I'm going to go ahead to the cage. We'll get an interview with Luca here in a second. Thank you guys for watching. You are watching SparStar 65, and we continue coverage. John, tell the people a little bit about what you see. Oh, there's a back. Oh. All right, we have to talk about that then. All right.
I totally get it. Man, really good hips on that one. Being able to make that 90-degree angle, throw the leg over the head, just classic old school jiu-jitsu, works fantastic. And that was surprising to see that level of composure out of somebody making their MMA debut, and especially at the end of 3 rounds. That was a nice way to just finish it and make sure it doesn't go to the judges' scorecard. Fantastic stuff from Luca. Here we got a replay. There's a double leg that Rafael hit a few of those in here. Yep. Tries to lock the hands, couldn't quite get it, but is able to get his opponent down. Luca trying for an armbar earlier on, gets slammed out of it. There's a flurry and a good knee from Luca. Rafael looks like he was talking to him there. And there's that high kick. And you can see Rafael switching stances. Here's the finish. Great hips, making that angle, throwing up the legs high. Beautiful stuff from Luca. Picture perfect. That didn't even underhook the leg, too. Making that turn that cleanly. Really nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 53 seconds of round number 3, referee in charge, Carlos Eduardo stops the contest due to a tap out from an armbar. Our winner in the red corner, Luca Ayazi.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Luca. Luca, congratulations. How does it feel to get your first win inside of the cage, sir?
You know, I put a lot of work in with my team. It's just unreal to be here in this moment. I didn't expect that arm bar to come. You know, grappling isn't my strong suit. I come from a Muay Thai gym, Sititang. You know, we have a great jiu-jitsu coach, Fernando Castillo. Here he is in the corner. Shout out to him. I got another teammate tonight. Zaid Tehran, he's going to get that dub as well. Let's get it. Sititang in the house.
That's what's up. And you know what? Don't say you don't got good jiu-jitsu because your guard looks really good, sir. So, you know, you were showing off that arm bar, and obviously when you were showing it off a little bit, you got the end. We have it up here, so do you mind walking us through? Look down that way. Walk us through that finish for your work here, sir.
Yeah, I was getting okay combos with the hand. He was giving me good strikes back, so I was trying to be a little bit, you know, respectful of that. You know, and then he had really good takedown. I was expecting that from him. You know, I saw his ears. He has good cauliflower ears, so I was ready for that. And then in the back, I was working arm bars and triangles, so that's all I was looking for when I was on the ground. And then here it is, finishing that up. Same as in the back with him.
It looked money, sir. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. What's coming up next for you?
More, definitely more. I like this. I need to train a lot of my basics. You know, my team is great with that. I can't get way back to the gym tomorrow.
Well, sir, you did great work here tonight. Go enjoy your first win. Well deserved. We look forward to seeing you back in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Luca Ayazi. Thank you. Yeah, you're good. You're good.